It's early in the morning and this room is a mess. I can't find no matching socks today. No, it isn't easy getting up and getting dressed. I can't find no matching socks today. No matching socks, no show, and I am in a hurry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 32 of Nickel O's World Podcast. Welcome, welcome. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for taking the time and checking me out. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, thank you so much for coming back another week. I know you guys probably noticed I was absent last week. I didn't record. I will get into that later. Grab your beverage of choice. Mine is my True Lime Black Cherry Limeade, I believe it's called. It's water with a flavor packet. Alright. As I said, I will get into why I didn't record in a later date. Well, not a later date. Later on in this episode, it is going to be kind of long, so I'm going to let you know now because I'm covering for 2 weeks. Alright, let's get started. Let's go into thank yous. I want to thank the Turbo Knitter, Ken. Thank you so much for the wonderful iTunes review. It meant so much. You are truly a sweet, genuine person, and I greatly appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody on YouTube that has left me wonderful comments. Thank you so much. They are so sweet and wonderful, and I try to answer them back as quickly as I get them. Thank you guys so much, and it means so much to me that you take the time to comment. You are all wonderful as well and have good hearts. I'm sorry, it feels like I got something here and there's nothing there. Anyways, we'll go into Administrati. Our podcast now has its very own blog. Yay! Previously, what I was doing for our show notes and the post episode on the blog is I was putting it up on my own personal blog. So what I have done, since I have gained quite a number of viewers on YouTube, and I've gained quite a number of viewers on my RAV group, and anybody maybe that watches me on Podcast Garden, which is my hosting site, I want everybody to know that we do have our very own blog for our podcast, and it's all one word, nickelosworldpodcast.blogspot.com. And hopefully with the magic of editing, you will see it right down here right now. If you don't, you will see it at the end in the credits. I want to wish everybody in the month of May, again, a very happy birthday. I know May is almost over, but I want to tell you guys again, if anybody has had a birthday, you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a great, wonderful day. Another thing I want to clear up. I did last year, I want to say, I started this segment. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. I started a segment called Men in the Fiber Arts, and it's basically, I have like 3, maybe 4 episodes up where I talk about men's role or activity in the fiber arts. From the very beginning, around when they think knitting started, to present day. If any of you know me, I'm a big advocate and supporter for men in the fiber arts, the whole fiber arts area. Anytime I meet a male knitter or crocheter or spinner or whatever, I'm like, yay, I'm so happy. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, can I talk to you? It's like, I'm just a big supporter in it because, of course, crafting is not just a woman's genre. I believe that's the word I want to say, but that's what I'm going with. Alright. Another thing, I put out in my last podcast asking people if they would be interested in a dishcloth along. Okay, what I decided, and actually Marlisha, Lady Fornico, from the Pinhook Needles podcast, gave me this idea. She said, why don't I have a small object along? Well, I'm running with that, but I'm going to call it a small object along or summer object along. It's going to be a calcal, knit, or crochet. And I'm going to start that on Saturday, May the 31st, and run it all the way to September 23rd, which is the first day of fall. And how do I know this? Because I checked the calendar. I originally was going to run it to Labor Day, but I'm like, because I'm starting it later, I'm like, no, I'll run it to the first day of fall. However, side note, if you have if you have an iPhone and you have it set to the Australian voice and you ask it when Labor Day is, she'll tell you October the 6th, which is Australian Labor Day. Just a little quick note, I'm like, that don't sound right. Let me look on a calendar since September. So yeah. Anyways, the small object or summer object along, and the things that I'm going to list here, I'm not saying that's strictly what you have to craft. It's just an idea for you guys to run with. And again, my rules are not super strict. So here goes. It can be crochet, knit. You can make washcloths, dishcloths, tea towels or dish towels, squares, blocks, scarves, shawlettes. Yes, I said that word right. Shawlettes, socks. I'm including socks, mittens, hats, and I will include sun hats, ties, or even bow ties or little bows if you want to make them, toys. But the toys can be no bigger than 6 inches. However, I will not measure them. I'm not going to be a stickler and say, show me the measurement. If it's a little bigger than 6 inches, that's fine, but nothing like gigantic, life-size, humongous. Just, I'm not going to measure to make sure that it's 6 inches. So if it's bigger, I'm not going to be a stickler and say you can't put it in here. Alright, magic of editing. I'm back. Alright, I will go back over this again because I don't know where I left off. Our summer object along calcal runs from May 31st to September 23rd, which is the first day of fall. I will be opening a thread this weekend. Alright. The rules, as I said, they are simple. I'm not a stickler. It can be knit or crocheted. You can make, these are just examples of what you can make. They're not saying this is what you have to make or else. They're just examples. You can make washcloths, dishcloths, tea towels or dish towels, or even hand towels. Squares, blocks, scarves, shawlettes, because I almost butchered that word, shawlettes, socks, mitts, hats, and I'm also going to include sun hats in that, ties, bow ties, bows, toys, but no bigger than 6 inches. However, I will not measure them, so if they are bigger than 6 inches, it's okay. Just don't make it like gigantic, life-size, huge type of toy. But as I said, I'm not going to measure it and say, it's not 6 inches, that's 8 inches. You can't. No, I'm not going to do that. If it's a little bigger than 6 inches, fine, so be it. It's not going to count against it. You can still put it in. These are some ideas you can dip in other podcasts if they are doing some sort of calcal along. I know the Knit Girls are doing their stash stash, so if it's something you want to include it in your stash stash with them, that's fine. Again, if another podcaster says it's okay that you can dip in more than one podcast, then so be it. Just check what their rules are. Mine, if you're dipping, you can dip, triple dip, quadruple, bazillion dip. I don't care. As far as works in progress go, I ask that you post at least, if you want to post pictures of your works in progress in the thread, I do ask that you post one picture of that work in progress per week. So if you're working on let's say there's 2 works in progress you're working on for this, you can post one picture of each of them a week. Like, say like for this week, you got things that you're already working on. Well, you can post a picture of each of them this week, and then again next week. And also post your finished objects in there, of course. And this thread will also be open for chatter, so we can chat in there as well. Words, Nicole, words. I just drew a blank. Alright, it must not have been important because it didn't come back to me. I know it has to do with works in progress. Excuse me. Oh, I remember what it was. I'm starting this on Saturday. However, if you're already working on something that will qualify for the summer along, go ahead and enter it. I don't care if it's a project that you've been working on since Christmas. If it fits in with our small object summer along, if it fits in with our summer along, put it in. You don't have to start it right on Saturday. It can be a current work in progress. Put it in. If you're unsure as if it fits into the summer object along, just PM me and let me know, and I'll tell you. Also, if you are a podcaster and you're interested in doing this along with me, just message me and let me know, and we'll discuss it. I am not one where I don't tend to. I feel like I'm intruding if I ask other podcasters, do you want to do this with me? Or do you want to join me in this? I particularly don't do that because I feel like I'm stepping on their toes or interfering or something. So if you're a podcaster, somebody, and you're interested in doing this, please let me know. I'm open to that. Prizes. As far as prizes go, they would have to come out of my own stash. And a lot of my stash that I've acquired over the years from when I got back into crocheting and becoming a new knitter has been mostly acrylic. It's been mostly acrylic yarn since I've gotten into both crafts. Over the years, like I said, I've gotten mostly acrylic yarns. However, I was graciously gifted by numerous yarn fairies, very lovely yarns that have opened up my eyes and said, "Hey, Nicole, take the blinders off. There's other yarns out here. Come check them out. It's not just wool." So, I'd say the last 2 to 3 years, I'm slowly expanding my stash into other types of fibers besides acrylic. So, I don't know how anybody would feel maybe about prizes being just acrylic yarn. Let me know. Or if you don't want to do prizes, we can just have this as just a craft along where your prize is your finished object. Let me know what you think. Alright. That is all for Administrati. let's go into finished objects. I have one, and I'm excited about it. It is my autism awareness cow. I finished it. This yarn is not nice, but I finished it. Focus camera. There we go. The lighting isn't making it show up good, but this is what it looks like. It is actually quite long. I'll show you. It actually tippy toes here, trying to hutch, goes down past my belly button down to here. And I will give you the specs on it quick. It is a paid-for pattern on wrap. It is, I call it my autism awareness cow, but it is actually called, oh, it'd help if I put it on right. I have it on backwards. But anyhow, it's the Monster Cow by Julia Allen. And it is knit on US 9 or 5.5 millimeter needles. Metric Revolution. I use my 5.0 needles. I went down a size. And this is the pattern. There we go. And for mine, I use Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable in the Parrot colorway. It is 100 grams or 279 yards. And if you need the dye lot, it is 150663. Now, I will say a few things about this yarn, which you've heard me discuss numerous of times, is I have a love-hate relationship with this. Number one, this pattern I knew to me was a provisional cast on, and you had to Kitchener the ends together, which, let me get it up here. This yarn is not nice if you have to Kitchener, and I'm going to get up closer and show you. Right here, you can kind of see it. That's my Kitchener side right here. It's not pretty, and those of you that know me know I don't like the Kitchener to begin with, because somehow I always miss a stitch, or I gotta tighten it up and it don't come out right. But anyways, I took a craftsy class on how to do it, which helped tremendously, but I'm digressing. I Kitchenered with this, and it was just the worst yarn to Kitchener with. It did not want to do it. So if you're thinking of using this yarn, just an FYI, don't Kitchener with it. Try not to do that. I did on this end up having to rip back a few rows, which I did that extremely carefully. It was not easy to do. I had to be extremely careful. I almost came close to snapping it. I will show you. You can leave it single or you can double it like so. I will say that it does drape very beautifully. It does drape nice. I did wash it and block it. I basically killed the acrylic in this when I blocked it, which is I took the iron to it and killed the acrylic, which made it block nicer. I like it that it's like all stretched out like this. I'm sure when I put it back in the washer and the dryer again, it won't look this nice. But anyways, just be careful when you are using this yarn. It is very fussy. Putting it nicely, it's fussy. I have a ball of this. I was going to use 2 balls or 2 skeins to make this, but I was afraid the second one would have been down to by adding the second ball to this, I was afraid it would have been down to my ankles. I would have fell. So I just used the 279 yards. What am I going to make with the other one? I don't know. It's going to hibernate in my stash for a while till I figure out what I want it to be, because it's not always nice to work with. I will say when I finished this, it wasn't, I put it around my neck, and it was not soft, it was itchy, like itchy feeling. You know, like how when you get a haircut, and you don't get all the hairs off your neck, and you're like, you're scratching away, and people think you have bugs because you're scratching the loose hair that didn't come off. That's what this felt like till I washed it and dried it. Now it's soft. I really think, excuse me, sorry about the cough, especially if you had earbuds in. I really think Red Heart needs to go back and rethink the way they're making this yarn. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. I'd hate to see them take this yarn off the market because I love the colorways. I love the way they do the colors on them, how they just kind of like fade or whatever you want to call it into one another. In real life, this is actually, well, now it's picking it up good. This is actually that bright the way you're seeing it on camera. Like, I love the colorways in this, but not that Red Heart watches my little old podcast, but Red Heart, just rethink the yarn. Don't take this product off or discontinue it. Just think about the way you make it. Improve it. Quality control or something. Improve it. Because I really love the colors. I just hate the way the yarn is at times. Anyways, that's my finished object. Works in progress. My vanilla latte socks, they're kind of on the back burner right now. I just kind of put them on the back burner. I just haven't felt like working on my socks. I kind of was a la carte commitment on this to get it done because I wanted to get it off my needles because it was like this skein was like never ending. I didn't think it was going to end. So I wanted to get this off my needles. So once I did that, I wasn't in the mood to start socks. I don't know why. It's not like socks are hard. You just potato chippy knitting. Anyways, I'm going to like get out of frame here, so I'm sorry. Works in progress lately, especially because, oh, excuse me, I've been taking my gram to some appointments. She's starting physical therapy now for her knee, and I've been taking her there. So I've been taking some knitting along, and if you're wondering, this is in my I Love Cupcake bags. I won this in the Penhook Needles contest. I want to say Kate from the Knit Nerd podcast made this, and I absolutely love it. I want another one like it. I just love it. I want another bag like it, and I love the way the inside is lined. It's like little white, peachy, pink, and polka dots. It's like when I lean in, maybe it's my lighting that's making it look yellow, but it's pink and white polka dots. Anyways, this is a free pattern on Rav. It is the Father Time cowl, and it's a pattern done up by Steve from Dramatic Knits podcast, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. This is a versatile cowl. It can be for men or women. Here is the one Steve is modeling, and here it is up close. Mine is being knit on some yarn that I picked up at AC Moore. It was on sale, like they have it from time to time. I think it's called Basic 2. And you kind of see it randomly at AC Moore. They have it there. I don't have the ball band with the ball band with this on. I have others in a similar colorway, just like this, that are the same yardage. so I'll have to dig through it and get it out next time. But this is my Father Time cowl, or neck warmer, because I hate the word cowl. And where the little doobly-doo is where I was the last time you guys saw it, and here is where I am at right now. So, quite a bit of progress was made on this, and I'm quite pleased with it. It is a very easy to memorize pattern. It only took me like twice of reading the pattern, and I just had it down pat. I am using a 3.5 millimeter knit needle, and they are the Knit Picks ones, and I'm using the Knit Picks cable with it. I absolutely love these metal Knit Picks knitting needles. I think they're nice. I would definitely recommend them if you are somebody that likes the Knit Pick products or you like interchangeable needles. I would definitely say give them a try. As far as other works in progress, as if I didn't need anything else to be on, I started a new crochet project. I am making a stuffy. I am making a bear. This is a free raft pattern. It's called Rainbow Bear. You guys can see it, Rainbow Bear. It is a free pattern on Rav. Let me get it out here. That's not the yarn. I have it in this bag. It used to be an old handbag of mine, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it as a purse anymore. It is gorgeous. I love it, but I'm just not feeling it as a purse. So instead of getting rid of it, I decided to upcycle it to a project bag. Alright. Here is what it looks like so far. It's eyes. I have safety eyes on it, but I don't have them attached. I just have them shoved in there to see where I want to place them. Although I'm going to have to figure out how to get the inside piece in since I already worked from the top down. I didn't think of putting eyes in. I forgot. In the pattern, though, it shows that the eyes are sewn on, or you can use buttons for it. So I don't know. This is the body. And I'm using Red Heart Super Saver in the bikini colorway. This was the yarn, if you remember, that I said I didn't know what I was going to do with it. This is supposed to be its muzzle. And I got an arm. Hey, I got an arm. Hey, no. It's night. It's like 10 o'clock at night, so forgive the silliness. So, here's what it looks like so far. I think it looks like a duck instead of a bear. I'm not happy with the way it's turning out. So, I'm thinking I'm going to frog it and restart it. Or maybe I'll just keep going with this and see what takes shape. Because as far as the nose goes, like, I have to make the mouth right here. I have to make a little mouth. And I have to sew the nose on. It still looks like a duck to me. What do you guys think? Is it resembling a bear at all? Input? But we'll see. I may just keep working on it. That's all my works in progress. Oh, and I'm using a size 4.5 4.25. Editing. Sorry for the many interruptions tonight, but it happens. All right. As I was saying, I may just continue with this and see what happens. We'll see. Next, I have this gorgeous skein of Red Heart Super Saver Multi in the Sun Print colorway. I have one skein of it. It is 244 yards, 223 meters. So, any ideas of what I could make out of it? I don't know. We'll see. And the other thing I'm building my stash up of it, is cotton yarn. This is by Bernat. This is some deep dive stash. This is 12 ounces or 340 grams. It doesn't say, it's 603 yards. And the colorway is In Motion Twist. I don't know. I'm going to use it for our summer object along. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. I don't know if I want to make a sun hat out of it. I don't know. It doesn't kind of feel like sun hat-ishy, but yet it does. I mean, I have enough yardage to make a sun hat, plus whatever else I want to make. I could make 2, possibly 3 sun hats out of this. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, that is the knitting goodness. I am going on to what I am currently reading. What I'm currently reading is, it's a book called It Happened in New York. It's about the secrets and history of New York. It is quite good. I am only on the 2nd chapter. It is quite interesting, the people that discovered New York but just didn't give it a thought, or they did, but they just mostly used it for trading with the Indians that were there then. It's quite interesting. What else? Oh, my craftsy class. I took, let me get it up here, my handy dandy phone so I don't mess it up on you guys. If you have Craftsy and you don't have the Craftsy app, I suggest trying to get it. It is awesome. Okay, error. Let's try this again, Craftsy. The app could be acting up. Okay, it's giving me an error, so I won't be getting it up there. But anyhow, it's a free mini class on Craftsy. It's on grafting, or the Kitchener stitch, and it is absolutely fabulous. The instructor shows you how to Kitchener or graft on many different types of projects and patterns. It was tremendously helpful to me, because I would mostly use it for socks and maybe occasionally long scarves like this, but it helped. I recommend, strong recommender. I mean, mostly if you crochet, I don't know anything that's Kitchener doing crochet, but for knitting, it's a thumbs up. Definitely take the free mini class. It is helpful. I do have a pile of other craftsy class that I'm taking, so I will be going on to the next one. What that one is yet, I don't know, but I will tell you. Alright, that is all the knitting, what I'm reading, and oh my goodness I am going to go into what is going on with me and why I haven't podcasted in almost 2 weeks. So if you don't care about any of what's going on or my life stuff, and you're leaving me now, I'll see you again next week. Bye. If you're sticking around, let's get into it. Alright, the reason why I did not podcast last week, it was not because I did not have time. I did have the time. It is because for the past couple months, I have been so tired. I'd say for the past 3-4 months, I've just been, exhausted. Where doing the simplest thing as wash, I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I'm tired. Like, my washer is upstairs, but my dryer is downstairs in the basement. That doesn't bother me going the steps. It never did. However, lately, just doing my 3 loads of wash that have to be done, I'm just like, nap time. Cleaning the house, nap time. Like, even if I don't do anything that day, I need a nap. I've been pushing myself to exercise, pushing myself to do things, because I know sleeping all the time is no good either. And no, I'm not depressed. No depression. I'm like one of the happiest people you probably want to meet. I find the smallest things to be happy about. Like, I wake up, I'm happy. It's a new day. Live to see a new day. I listen to a podcast. That makes me happy. Read a chapter or page in my book. So on and so forth. Like, I find things to be happy about. The sun came up. Hey, it's a good day. The sun came out. Things like that. But it's just been like one of those things. Even in the evenings, I could nap. Like, I could sleep all day. I went to see my primary care physician this week. We went over it. He's like, what's your blood sugar numbers? I said between 98 and 1. I said the most is 199. I said normally they run between 98 and 157, 59, around there. I said I usually try to have my sugars in the evenings at night a little higher because I'm always afraid of them going too low at night. And maybe not waking up and realizing that my sugar's low. And he said that's fine if I have it a little high, if it's higher in the evenings. He said he's not too worried about like the 150-ish numbers. He said that's not too bad compared to what my sugar was. It was in the 200s, almost 300s. So he said that's, that is okay to continue to watch my carbohydrates at 120 or 129 grams. I think it's 120. And he asked, how many calories a day are you eating, Nicole? I said, about 1,300 calories, if not less, a day. That's not good, I get told. You should have at least 1,500. That's 1,500 calories. I said, how am I supposed to eat that many in a day and watch my carbohydrates? Because I kind of obsess, like, oh my God, how many carbs am I getting in this? How many carbs am I getting in that? Like, I make myself, because I worry. So he's like, don't watch, but don't worry. So I'm trying to get that many calories, but he suggested maybe a sleep study, and I was like, I had a sleep study done when I had my weight loss surgery. We know I have a sleep apnea, and my sleep apnea is where I wake up in my sleep like I'm choking. I start coughing. And the only time my sleep apnea bothers me is if my allergies are acting up really bad. And on wood, that hasn't happened in a while, so I know it's not my sleep apnea. I said, so don't put me through another sleep study again, because I'm not going through that. That was horrible. I had a hard time sleeping. So we did blood work. We checked the thyroid, my A1C level, and a couple other levels to make sure that maybe I'm not deficient in something or that I'm not over-efficient in something that's causing this. I did get a phone call today explaining to me, doctor's office called and it's like, your thyroid test is fine, your thyroid test and your A1C are okay. I said, as in okay, just okay, or okay as in they came down? She goes, the doctor said that they're okay. They didn't give me any more information than that. I'm sure when I go in, I can ask the doctor himself, what's my A1C number? My last A1C test said my A1C was at 10. So I'm hoping it came down from that. I'm just glad it's not higher. so I'll know more when I go in 2 weeks. As far as my other blood work goes, because then I was worried that my A1C was sky high. So they called and said, Nicole, it's okay. I said, what about my other blood work? I can't give you any information on that, Nicole, because the doctor said he wants to discuss that with you in 2 weeks. So I gotta wait 2 weeks. So I guess it's kind of good news, because if it was something serious, he would have had me in the office right away. One hopes, right? Fingers crossed. Maybe this blood work will find out what's wrong, then I don't want to sleep all the... That we can find out what it is so I'm not tired all the time. Next, back on May 18th, I'm just going to touch on this. The church that I go to, the priest there did a church tour of the church, and a friend and I, or is it me and a friend? I think it's a friend and I. That sounds more like it. Yeah, a friend and I went to it, and it was just amazing. I learned stuff I didn't know. It was definitely a must go to. I said, if you have one again, let me know, because I'd love to come again and learn more, because I'm a big history person. If you know me, I'm a big history. I'm a geek when it comes towards historical stuff and antique stuff. So that's what I did then. Memorial Day was quiet. We stayed home. We didn't go anywhere. My Nana, my dad, and I. My dad worked. My dad worked on Memorial Day. But he came home in time and had supper with us. We had barbecue. So that was good. This past Sunday, I went on a total of a 4.6-mile walk. I took some awesome pictures. I went to the local state park that's over there. I know you can't see what over there is. It's about a minute from my house, if that. Not even 60. Well, no, I'd say about a minute because of traffic. Because the street I live on is off of our one main highway or one main road, which is a state road. I guess you want to call it a highway. I don't know, but it's off of that. And then I just take that road and make a right and go up this hill to our state park. It is called Glen Okanoa. If you're interested in it, I think it's called Glen Okanoa, or it's called the Lehigh Gorge State Park, I believe. I think that's the name of it, Lehigh Gorge State Park. But those of us in the town I live in just call it the Glen. And I walked this trail. It was just beautiful that day. I loved it. I took my time. I didn't rush. I took breaks when I needed to take breaks. Met some wonderful people on bikes. Took pictures for them. So they wanted group pictures. Took that for them. I just love it. As much as I call myself an introvert, but as much as an introvert as I am, I'm also very sociable. I like to talk to people. I like to get to know people. I love to meet people. That's how you learn about things. So that's basically what I've been up to. Nothing exciting today. Enjoyed the beautiful weather. Oh, I am so tired. I'm tired. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. And yes, I am, you can see it, I know I'm up close. I am red, as you can see. You can't see it too well on my arms. But yes, I am kind of red, and you can see it, like, in here. I guess I am red. It is from me being out. As you guys know, I am fair complected. I have tried all the numerous sunblocks that are out in the market, all the way up to, I think it was SPF 75 or something. Yeah, I burn. It doesn't help. I get worse sunburn than I do when I use suntan lotion. today I'm more red because I went walking with a friend and her kids, and I didn't think to put any on before I left my house, because I was like, oh, the sun's in. And then when I get there, I'm like, oh, the sun's out. It's like, shame on you, Nicole. You know it is May, and you should have that with you in your purse. Or at least carry a can, because I used to spray jobby stuff to spray suntan lotion by Copper Tone, because you don't always have somebody there to get your back, and then you're there like, or what I ended up doing, because you don't have somebody around and you need it on your back, you take an old towel and it's like that, and then people are like, what is she doing? Sorry, that was my gram. She needed me. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. This weekend, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may, if I feel up to it, go biking on a small bike ride. Or I may go walking. We'll see. But I definitely will remember to wear my suntan lotion so that I do not look like that. I am not trying to show any cleavage. I'm just trying to show you where I'm red in here. And I will remember to carry suntan lotion in my bag and or in my car, and I have some at home. Also, the reason I'm probably redder than normal is last Saturday I was out cutting the grass as well. That is why I need to get on to making a sun hat to cover my face, because when I cut the grass or I'm outside, I wear sunglasses. So I kind of got the sunglass. I kind of got it in here from the sunglasses. But the redness in here, mostly, it's my rosacea from being out in the sun. It brings my rosacea out even more than what it is. And basically, short thing, rosacea is kind of like an adult form of acne, where like you can get red in here and in here. Sometimes people with it have breakouts in those areas. Knock on. I'm lucky I don't get too many breakouts in here. I just have the redness. I've had it since I started puberty. Doesn't really go away, although there is an over-the-counter thing that I do use that works. Oh, also, quick note before I go, if any of you get sunburn, yes, aloe gel works great. It's a great thing to have, the aloe gel. Keep it in your refrigerator. I have some in my refrigerator all year long. I keep it in there. It's still good. And I put it on me if I get red. However, if you don't have any aloe vera gel handy, but you have Noxzema. Not sure a lot of people know what that is. Ladies, I'm sure you would know what Noxzema is. Hang on, I'll go get it. You're going to look at my China hunt. I'm back. I hope it didn't do tricks while I was gone. I'm lucky to have a bathroom so close to where my dining room is. If you have any of this, Noxzema, this is what it looks like. Mine is slightly used, as you can see, because I use it. Not only does this stuff make a great facial cleanser, it is amazing for sunburn. It helps tremendously, and I love this and I love this. If anybody ever uses CoverGirl, you'll recognize the scent, because CoverGirl has, not all CoverGirl makeups, but most of the pressed powders of CoverGirl have Noxzema in them. You will recognize the smell if you ever get this to try it. It's just fabulous. I love it. And quick note, Noxzema, if you're wondering why Noxzema is great for sunburn, it's because when this originally came out, it came out to aid in sunburn. But over the years, women found it useful to help clean their face. Excuse me, but if you ever get a sunburn, and you can't find aloe vera gel, get a jar of Noxzema and use it. I swear by it for sunburn along with aloe. But mostly, I swear, this is like my go-to for sunburn. It works. This is just deep clean. You can buy just a regular. I know those of you around my age or maybe a little older, don't yell at me for saying that, probably remember the original jars they came in and you probably recognize it that way. But again, highly recommend it for sunburn because that's what it was intended for. Alright, I told you this was going to be long. I'm blathering on enough. I will let you guys go and talk to you next week. So until then, oh, and before I let you go one more time, if you guys have followed me on Instagram, you've probably seen some pictures I posted, selfies of me being red. Yeah. So I'm not just letting it go, guys. You've seen the pictures of me. I use this. And I'm going to let you guys go this time. And edit this video. And I will see you again next week. Until then, treat everybody the way that you would want to be treated. Bye.